Hey everybody, and welcome on the Armetro 2033 server. And I do this video today to show you something and to talk about the project more than in the other video. So, the things that you must know now about the project is that we are actually improving the server in adding some stations and some tunnel, right? To make this like a big network. If you follow our last video, so you could see that to make something that can be hard to find yourself, to find your position if you don't have any GPS or things like that. So we are every day improving the map and the server in adding some stations, tunnel network and features inside the map. The main objective is that when the beta is coming, when the beta day is arrived, we want to make like some things very playable and that where you will be able to discover a lot of things about. So it's important to us that that we have at least big things to show you at this date. So the things that you must understand actually is that with our development team we have actually two ways to do and two big projects to make like that. It will be to give you the best experience possible. The first project is to be able to implant features from the original games, so that you will see just beside right now with Onyx, that is in our dev team. We're actually importing things from the original games. We are at least trying to do this and import features from original games to place inside the server. Like that you will have like tunnel and place directly taken from Metro 2033. This is our most important goal. It's to be able to import these kind of things. But besides that, we are doing like if you know the game Metro 2033, if you know the games, you will see that just if we take just the tunnel, if we arrive to import the features from the game, just the tunnel from the game will not be enough to make a big, as at least big like we want to do. So that is why we are working in kind of homemade tunnel that you can see actually in the video and that you saw in the last video. We are actually improving the tunnel system in making our self-made system of network of tunnels. Like that you will be able at least to fill like in Metro, and later we will be able to place features from the original game. So you will have two kind of network: the network from the original games that will be stuck with the network homemade. So the things that we want to do is actually to place like the main path, like an artery of a map will be the features directly taken from Metro 2033, and beside you will have a lot of tunnels that will reach a station that maybe you don't know in the games, that maybe you cannot see in the game. So it's a very ambitious project, but with our team that get in the team we will be able to do this very. In the team we will be able to do this pretty well. So I work with very good guys like Onyx that help us about the mod to import things. I work with Mehdi that will help us about the background and the ambience, like to make the map very very close, very like a feeling when you go to the station in Metro 2033, and with Vez that help me to make the channel and the stations. So we're a big team. So if you're interested to join us and you want to help us about the server, do not hesitate to tell us. It will be a pleasure to accept you, and we need every time people that can help. So if you feel yourself ready to help, it will absolutely not be a problem. So The thing is that actually, so like I said, every day we are implanting stations, tunnel, things like that. So we work every day. So I mean that you see, for example, it can change every time. Is that is the strength of the things you want to do? Is because you see like this tunnel that is blocked. Maybe in the next update, this tunnel will not be blocked anymore, and you will be able to access this station behind or the tunnel behind this. The thing that is important to us too is to make an experience like a very open world experience. I mean that. Yeah, I'm sure you are you are loving actually in listening this because yes, an open world inside Metro Tunnel, it's not it's very, pretty weird. But yes, who never dreamed to get Metro 2033 like an open world where you can go where you want and when you can play in multiplayer? That is the goal we want to reach. So like that, for example, if there is someone there, you can negotiate with him or take or open fire to kill these people, and take their stuff. You will be able to do everything you can outside the safe zone. There is no rules, like I said in the last video. So that is something important to us. We want that the people there. That is why there is a persistent save system on the server. We want that people can get a very good experience. It can be with a story, with a background story that we will implant, or with or just in stalking and searching stuff and killing people, things like that. So let's see the new tunnel that we had. If you remember on the games, you have a ghost tunnel. I think everybody remembers this tunnel. So I will show you what kind of things we can make, for example, with the ghost tunnels, and the effect that you can make about this. The things that you have to understand is with Onyx, we are trying to implant the dark ones and the ghost. So I mean that actually there is the rain zombie mod that take the backup, if I can say this like that, to replace the monster, things like that. But in the future, we want to make the dark ones implanted and the ghost implanted. So we want to make really big things about that, and to give you an experience very close to Metro, or at least the closer possible. So, for example, in the kind of ghost tunnel that we can do, we have some effect, that we can place to place a background, very, like a very freaky effect sometimes, and when you get alone there, it can be you can feel it. It's something important to be able to do this kind of things. The main goal is to reproduce some area at least known from the game, from the game, and to be able to, and you will be able to get in this area and to find stuff and to try to survive in the metro background. So it risks to be very interesting. So like I said, I will show you some parts about the area. Okay. Okay. So this sector is improving. Okay. Okay. Yeah, if you see them, do not touch them. If you remember in the story, if you approach, you touch them, you die, or things like that. Do not get close. Imagine when we will when we will place the ghost from Metro 2033. It will be pretty awesome. Fuck. Okay, so we will reach the. I think you will see. You will recognize the area that we are reaching actually. Okay. Yeah, some things I want to show you too. Yeah, the communist there. Do not hesitate when you listen to radio or things like that. Do not hesitate to stay and to listen that what kind of things the radio is telling, because we'll implement a lot of things. We'll implement a lot of features like that that you will be able to know about. Yeah, so this kind of things, there is no big information there, but I mean that if you listen to radio, things like that, you will have a lot of things in the tunnel. You will be able to find information and to reach another point to get, for example, stuff hidden or things like that. This thing will be a big part to us, but it will not be a problem. We want to make it. We want to make this. Working a lot, so you will have a big background things behind this, and you will be able to talk with NPCs to get information about the stations, about the tunnels, about what happens, and you will be able to listen features like by radio or to find documents that give you information to find stuff or things like that. So this thing will be there is weapon there. This thing will be an important part of the scenario. You are not in obligation to obviously follow the story, because like we said, it's an open world. At least the idea is to be like an open world, so there will not be an obligation to follow the story. But if you want to get the best stuff or things like that, it will be something pretty important. So take care about that. If you want to get the best stuff, and to see about the how can I say the lifetime of the story in the server, we want to make like a realist way. Like if for example you have to listen a conversation, it will give you a place to see, place to visit. You will get the place to visit, and you will have to find the things depending to that the people told you. So I think if you remember this area, yeah. So do not jump because there is a. If you go down, you die. Yeah, I don't know if you remember this thing. It was in the metro to 2033, the ones, and not the last slide. You should go there. I think it was with Bourbon that you went there. So we tried to reproduce this area. To give you some things like at least something close to the original one. So this thing, at least you will be able to, for example, to fight. So it will be a possibility here. For example, you find people here. You see a guy there. You will be able to shoot at people or to negotiate or to do whatever you want, but you will be able to fight. And here you have access to Arma. That will be probably the next station that we'll make. So I hope you like this video. I hope if you have any questions or anything that you want to tell us, do not hesitate. We will answer you and we will try to give you the best answer possible. And if you want to add for example, a station that you want to make, a project, a tunnel, or things like that, do not hesitate to tell us, and maybe you will be able to join our development team if it's something that you like and you are motivated. So see you and bye bye.